Hi, it's Ryan from Knights Around a Table. I've got a game here on my table called the Artemis Project, and I haven't done an unboxing in a few weeks now because I actually absolutely ran out of things to unbox entirely. So how did this one come my way? Well, it's thanks to the lovable and presumably cuddly Jeremy Howard, who bailed my butt out on this one. He sent me this game at great cost, I might add, because ever since the lockdown, UPS has been imposing this weird charge. Like normally the package arrive at your house, you have to pay customs, and customs would be $1. But now they're not doing COD stuff, cash at the door. They're saying, oh, let us know if you want us to clear customs for you. And you say yes, and they say, okay, customs was $1.25, and the UPS charge is $25. So I think it's a little bit of opportunistic gouging, to be honest, but it's now crazy expensive to send stuff to me in Canada depending on the way that it's shipped and who you ship with. So buyer beware, caveat emptor. Be very cautious with how and when and where you send packages. Maybe if you can prepay customs, I don't know if that's a possibility, or just not use UPS. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know much about shipping, but I'm very grateful to Jeremy for getting this to me to unbox. Now, I'm doing my live to tape setup, which I've talked to you about a few weeks past. And sorry for all the blah, 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 but this is cool. This is the culmination. I suddenly have my greatly desired, hotly anticipated overhead camera, which is a Logitech reel. So there you can see my hands. Pretty exciting. So that's cool. All the pieces are coming together. I have no idea how to color match it to this camera or whatever. I'm working on it. There's still a couple little kinks. But I don't know if you noticed, but when I switched to that camera, I've been teasing Rahdo about this piece of equipment that I got because he's been helping me get this live to tape setup together. And I thought of something, and I thought, man, even Rahdo doesn't have this. And I'm running it now. This is the maiden voyage of this super secret piece of equipment that I thought would be super cool. And I've got it going now. So see if you can figure out what the heck's going on. I have hands-free camera switching. I was really excited about that. So for Rahdo, I'm just be like, I've got something you don't. But anyway, that's what it is. It's I can go pew, 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 pew. And then I showed my daughters and they said, well, was it voice activated? I said, no, because watch this. There you can kind of hear it operating probably through the mic, so you probably figured out what's happening. Anyway, I'm pretty excited about that. It's cool though, because when I did an unboxing with the live to tape setup with Isabel, I had one hand on my little controller over here pushing buttons, and I couldn't grab things and manipulate them and open them because I was constantly switching between the cameras with one hand. And now I can do total hands-free camera switching, which is pretty exciting. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Enough about the setup. Let's open up the Artemis Project, which, as usual, I know absolutely nothing about. I do know that Artemis was the Greek goddess of the hunt, a fearsome lady with a bow and arrow and deer skins all over her. And it looks like it takes place in the Antarctic, I'm guessing. And being from Canada, I've said before that I'm not super keen on board games that have a winter theme to them because it's my lived experience, and I'd rather play a pirate game or something that takes place in the Caribbean or the Caribbean, whichever you prefer, because it's warm and there's monkeys and coconuts and pina coladas, and I prefer that kind of thing. But Artemis Project, I mean, the reason why this theme would appeal despite not liking cold and snow is that it's Antarctic, and that kind of reminds me of John Carpenter's The Thing, which is totally badass, and if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's an amazing movie. So that's why it's a little bit exciting. There's submarines, there's snow machines. I don't know, it looks cool. I have no idea what the deal is. Let's discover it together, shall we? Swink. 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 Boy, once I develop self-opening box technology, look out. Oh, all right. Listen closely. Clean and smooth. Box fartometer, 0. Right off the top, there is an instruction booklet. This is from the Grand Gamers Guild. I've never played a game by the Grand Gamers Guild. There's a story. There's an objective. I like it when board games lead off with the objective. That's what I try to do in my How to Plays as well. Tell you what you're trying to accomplish. Lovely graphic design throughout, and I love an instruction booklet, as you know, that has lots of pretty pictures, which this one does. Beautiful. Dense though, look at that. That's, oh, solo play drone rules. Interesting that they called their solo player thing a drone. Is that interesting? I don't know. I'm interested in the weirdest stuff. So this is a 15-page rule book, a little bit lighter than some of the heaviest stuff I've been covering, but still substantial and meaty. What else are you going to say about a rule book? Inside, you have the board. Oh, I'm all thumbs. There you go. Smallish board. I'm guessing this is a score track. And these look like little worker placement spots. If this is a dice worker placement game, I'm gonna lose my mind because I love dice worker placement games. And some tiles to punch out. I'm gonna pop one of those out. Now, the one thing I don't have that Rahdo was suggesting is a little, this is kind of far away. It's kind of hard to see the details on there. And what he has and what Shay have are little cameras to the side, and they have like a green construction paper, and they can put it on the green construction paper and superimpose it over their overhead shot so that blows up and becomes all big and clear, and you don't have to do this whole autofocus thing, bringing it closer to the camera and far away, and it gets blurry and sharp and everything. I have that on the way, so I have a rig to hold it and I have a green piece of paper, but getting a hold of the cameras during the pandemic is the really tough part, so they're not shipping out for a little while. It's on order, it's on the way, we're almost there. Much more stuff on tiles, little way stations and little bases that do things. I'm guessing they probably do things. Are you with me? Yeah, they do things. It's cool though. The art's neat. It reminds me of, I play a lot of Overwatch, so it reminds me of the snowy ice war stations in Overwatch. This one looks like a heavy dude. Look at this. This is like super sky laser blaster building. Yikes. Chits and tokens. These ones are, thank you by the way for writing a comment and telling me that this is still a pentagon, even though it's like an elongated. Even if you have like if it's six-sided and it's elongated or weird like that, like if it's crystal shape, it's still a hexagon. If it's got six sides, it doesn't have to be symmetrical. Again, the dumbest stuff interests me. Volcanic extractor. I don't know what we're extracting. I don't know what we're hunting or fighting or worried about. I don't know if there are monsters, but there definitely is some sort of ship that we get to pull together. Maybe this is a card dispenser. Maybe this is, probably doesn't look quite enough for a dice tower. But oh yes, Angelica, there are dice. Angelica? What was her name? Miracle on 34th Street. Victoria? I don't know. I've never seen the movie. Back to the box. We have some, I'm assuming these are dice for all the different players, and they're wintry themed, purples and blues and greens, and a couple hot colors in there. And some hot colored translucent cubes. There's the piece that fell out of whatever it is we're supposed to put together. Let's quickly dip through the instruction booklet and see what that is that we're supposed to put together. Ah, here it is right here. The draw bag helps you randomize your colonists. We've created an awesome alternative to the draw bag called the Shake Ship. See page 13 for details. I think I will. Page 13, details on the Shake Ship. There it is. The Shake Ship is a unique alternative to the draw bag for dispensing random colonists, especially if you're worried that players drawing for the bag might be able to feel the shape of the colonists as they're drawn. I do worry about that game. I do. So you put this together, it's a little box, you put all the colonists in, shake it up, and it dispenses like delicious maple candy. We haven't met those colonists yet, have we? Here they are. Oh yeah, I can see why they would need a shake ship for these colonists, because they're not all the same. These guys are kind of like gold, skinny looking C-3PO dudes, and we've got little purple, I don't know, maybe they are the same. What am I talking about? Oh, they're ever so slightly different. So these red guys look like they have a little gun out, and the purple guys are doing something different. So yeah, they are a little bit different. A couple of discs, one unique piece that I will dig out right now, because it looks like, oh yeah, cool. I'm always interested whenever a game has like a unique wooden piece in it, because I don't know. It's cool getting something that no other game has. And no other game has this weird, is this a personnel carrier with like a snowy tank tread on the bottom? That's kind of neat. Yeah, cool. And back in here, green things. I don't know, those are either bases or lunch boxes. And down here, blue things. Those are symmetrical hexagons. Look, I'm learning grade 4 geometry. And player boards. Here they are. Look, the green lunchbox. Oh, I was pretty close, actually. That does look like sort of a lunchbox. Again, I wish I could bring it closer to the camera and show you, but I don't like that blurry thing that goes on. Even with autofocus. You know, I turn off autofocus on my cameras because I find that annoying too. You bring something, and then in bringing it closer to the camera, you're not too sure how long it takes the iris to focus. And then when you're finished talking about it, you may have brought it away, and all the viewer sees just some big blurry thing. Not a fan. Turn off autofocus. We'll get that camera going. It'll be beautiful. We get a little deck of cards, a very little deck of cards. Not many cards in there. If I were to if I were to estimate, that's probably, I'm no good at estimating. I would say 50,000 cards, approximately. And they have on them Nautilus Rescue, Heat Rise. This will give us a clue to the theme. Race to the Plateau. Looks like we're developing the Antarctic. Oh, whoa! Whoa, there's a sci-fi element to this that I did not expect. Bones of the Behemoth. I'm not looking forward to encountering one of these still alive, it says on the card. Really cool. So there are monsters. Neato. Yeah, there's some definite, like, Abyss-style sci-fi stuff going on in this game. Crazy cool. But not overtly. I don't see monsters all over it. It's just, like, the hints, the mere suggestion of monsters. And then this is a pack of just a few little mats. These look like perhaps maybe they are encounter cards. If you flip over, there's not a whole lot of them, but that's what I'm guessing they are. Or if you're playing, maybe it's like if you're playing solo, these are the event cards. You know how a lot of games are cooperative games. I don't know if this is a cooperative game. I should check the box for that. They give you like a deck, and every round you flip a deck. It's like, here's the new terrible thing that's happening this round. Possibly this is it. Oh no, wait, I'm reading them. I'm lying. These look like goals. Yeah, the player with the most Marines and Stewards combined gains 3 energy or 3 minerals. Yeah, these look like goal cards. My bad entirely. They're beautifully illustrated. I really like the artwork in this game. It looks hot. Spicy hot, even in cool temperatures. A quick flip around. The year is 2348, and we've carved out... Take 2. The year is 2348, and we've carved out a meager handhold on Europa, the frozen moon of Jupiter. Jupiter! That's completely wrong. It takes place on Jupiter, folks. Decades of effort have made the air breathable and the temperatures survivable, but the real prize is the great living ocean hidden deep beneath the ice. The waters are warmed by volcanic action and are burgeoning with alien sea life. Cool. I didn't expect that. I thought it was Antarctica for certain. So we are plumbing the depths of the seas of Jupiter. Really neat. Looks cool. Any clues as to what kind of game it is? It's a challenging strategy game. Good start. Where resources are scarce. Yes, we're used to that. And the dreaded exposure mechanism can leave you out in the cold. So a little bit of a survival game mechanic, possibly. Build a colony that supports your strategy. Recruit colonists with the skills to keep things running smoothly. So that suggests worker placement. And deploy your dice worker placement, and a variety of locations to get your hands on the assets you'll need to win. Yes. So, my educated guess, dice with worker placement. You could probably go to Board Geek right now and learn a whole lot more than I just told you. But as with all the games I unbox, I endeavor to bring it to the table and conscript my poor family to play with me. They're the only people I can play with now because I don't leave the house. Poor family. Pieces everywhere. So I'll play it, and I'll tell you what I think of it if I find it fun, or I might even do a how-to-play video for it to show you more about the Artemis Project. Thank you so much for enduring my blather on this fine Friday. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for all your support. Right, I gotta push the button, don't I?
Did you just watch that whole thing?
Oh, hey, to 100% this video, click the badge to subscribe, and then click the bell to get notifications when I've got new stuff.